Ever wonder how one medication can act as both a brake and an accelerator for your brain? Let's talk about aripiprazole. This is a second-generation atypical antipsychotic with a mechanism often described as a dopamine thermostat. It is a partial agonist at dopamine D2 and serotonin 5-HT1 receptors. That means in hyperdopaminergic states, it acts as an antagonist to bring things down, but in hyperdopaminergic states, it acts as an agonist to boost them up. It also acts as an antagonist at serotonin 5-HT2A. This unique stabilizing effect is why it is used for everything from schizophrenia and bipolar 1 to acting as an adjunct for major depressive disorder. It is even indicated for autism-related irritability and Tourette's. You will find it in tablets, liquid, and long-acting injectables that can last up to 2 months. For schizophrenia or bipolar, adults usually target 10 to 15 milligrams a day. For depression, the dose is much lower, typically starting at just 2 to 5 milligrams. Because it has a long half-life of 75 hours, it takes about 2 weeks to reach a steady state in the system. Watch out for drug interactions. If a patient is on a CYP2D6 inhibitor like fluoxetine, you may need to cut the dose in half. If they are on an inducer like carbamazepine, you might need to double it. Side effect-wise, the big one is akathisia. This dose-dependent restlessness can sometimes be mistaken for worsening anxiety. It is generally weight and lipid neutral, but it carries a unique warning for impulse control disorders like compulsive gambling or shopping. A pro-clinical pearl? Because of that partial agonism, it can actually lower prolactin levels, which makes it a great option if a patient is struggling with hyperprolactinemia from other antipsychotics. Keep an eye on weight and metabolic labs, and always track the AIMS score for tardive dyskinesia. If you found this pharmacology breakdown helpful, hit that like button and let us know in the comments which medication we should cover next.